Welcome back to World of Warships with Bogatir, and today we're going to take my brand new USS Georgia out on the Shatter map in a pretty solid, well, this is technically a tier 10 game, but there's only a couple tier 10s. It's mostly tier 9. And I just got the Georgia, and I love this ship. I'm going to be completely honest, this is not
Hands to action
technically
stations.
an opening salvo like it usually is. And the reason for that is I got the Georgia a couple days ago, recorded my first game with her, which was hilariously fun, but I didn't actually come back and record the replay soon enough. The game updated, and if you know anything about the replay system, replays from previous versions of the game don't work on the new client, so I was up a creek. So this is technically my third game in the Georgia. Now, the Georgia, if you don't know, is a ship that is out available for coal. Technically, I think it's about 224,000 coal, but they constantly give coupons, so I actually got her for 172 grand. And I love this ship. If you're not aware, the Georgia has three real things going for it. The first is her guns. She's an Iowa hull, but instead of those 16-inch rifles, she has 18-inch guns. Now, she only has 6 of them, and if you've played the Gneisenau, sometimes only having 6 guns really sucks, but not with the Georgia. And we'll come back to that in a minute. The other thing the Georgia has going for it is her secondaries. She's actually a pretty good secondary build ship. Right now, I don't have a good secondary build going. I only have a 7-point captain.
Contact.
Which I'll be fixing soon enough, but yeah. And the last is she is stupidly fast. If you take a look down there on the far right of the consumables, she gets speed boost. And with that speed boost activated, she can get to over 39 knots in a straight line. Oh yeah, remember how I said sometimes only having 6 guns sucks? Not when they've got dispersion like that. The dispersion on this ship is just silly. It's so ludicrous.
Hey,
And here we're about to get another shot.
Help!
This Buffalo got way too ballsy with his play, and he's about to pay for it, because take a look at that dispersion. That is 6 18-inch shells, and every single one of them came down right on top of each other and deleted that Buffalo.
Roger, proceeding to assist you.
Yeah. You've only got 6 guns, but they count. And see, this is one of the big things that I care about when it comes to ships, is you either have to have a ton of guns with crappy accuracy so that you can consistently shotgun somebody, or you need guns that have this kind of dispersion that's just nuts how tight it is. Basically, any time that I miss with this ship, it's 100% me. It's
torpedoes, direct front.
Guns. So, to actually talk about what's going on, we're pushing up towards A on Shatter, which is where I actually prefer to be, and especially in this ship, just because she's going to be a little bit more of a brawler. And so I like this side. Now, this Chapayev way overextended out past that island. That is way too far. So he is, yeah, yep. I love this ship. It's so silly. Okay, so yes, I'm the fastest battleship in the game. I'm moving along at a crawl, mostly because I'm trying not to get lit up. So I take a volley from the Chapayev, get caught on fire, but yeah, your battleship burning is a lifestyle choice. That Friedrich
Engine boost activated.
is trying to move around on the west side of the island, but he's got cold feet after his friend the Buffalo got deleted, and then the Chapayev got spanked. So now letting that Chapayev get a little more gutsy, he noses out again, just way too far. And look at that. Look at that dispersion. Holy cow. And there we go. Cruiser number 2 gets deleted.
Torpedoes to starboard.
Honestly, yep, there are the torpedoes. If people actually got that kind of dispersion with the Gneisenau, nobody would have a problem with the Gneisenau. The Gneisenau would probably also be overpowered, but oh my goodness.
Torpedoes, direct front.
And yeah, I traveled in a straight line for far too long. This side of the map is positively swarming with destroyers. There's 4 on the enemy team, 3 of which are over here around A. Now there's the Friedrich de Grosse, and I take a snapshot, and I had the lead wrong. They passed, but oh, he gets it right and punishes me. And there's a very angry smoke screen starting to spit high explosive shells at me. But with my speed boost engaged, I am moving. Now, the one thing that I will say is that this long Iowa hull bleeds speed in the turn like you would not believe. So you do have to be careful with the Georgia when you have to make those turns. But once you straighten it out, it picks up speed crazy fast. Yeah, I don't know what I was doing with this the Friedrich de Grosse, but my aim is horrible with that. So we've got a Rune over there trying to pass over close to A. This
torpedoes astern
is getting a little too gutsy. He got himself exposed, and there's the opening up of the secondaries. And, ooh, tactical beaching.
Torpedoes to port.
So I had AP loaded, so I fired, and of course they're over pins, but yeah, did a little bit of damage. And there we go. Right now, 37.9 knots in a battleship. And yeah, torpedo passing astern, because who's going to give a battleship that much lead? Alright, so the Friedrich de Grosse is heading north. None of the enemy destroyers seem overly fond about getting in close, and oh, that our Fletcher got the Summers. Take another parting shot at the Friedrich de Grosse. And I'm now headed in towards B. I'm trying to cut this Rune off before he can get too close.
Concentrate fire on the enemy warship.
Right now, it's not looking too bad. We're up by 2. We got 4 kills, and we got 2, and we control 2 of the caps, with the third starting to be contested. So this match is going pretty well, and I am just loving the speed of this ship. Now, something you might notice is I've only got 74,000 HP in a Tier 9 battleship. Yeah, the Georgia is a bit squishy, but when you can travel this fast, with this big of guns, with this good a dispersion, I can't make myself care. Yeah, I know I'm a little bit squishy, but I just don't care. And the thing that I would say about this ship is that, no, yep. Didn't even get a citadel. Just 2 big 18-inch shells. Alright, so now I'm considering making the turn to chase after the Friedrich, but, well,
concentrate fire on the enemy warship.
That Minotaur is just looking too nice. So, instead, I kick the rudder over to starboard. Yep, starboard's on the right. And I decide that I'm going to go after C. See if I can't break this open. Now, the Minotaur makes the turn, but...
We've sunk an allied aircraft carrier.
It's so silly.
We're winning. Try not to do anything stupid.
I love this ship. I already do. This is literally my 3rd game in this ship. And every time I play this boat, I'm just grinning ear to ear because it's so stupid. Yep. There are Ibuki torpedoes. And, yep, I'm going to take 2. But little Mr. Ibuki is just... See, Japanese... Oh, robbed.
Engine boost deactivated.
But that's pretty normal for a Japanese cruiser. Really, Japanese cruiser captains, I know you have torpedoes. I know they're awesome. But you guys have got to stop going broadside to get them off. All it does is get you killed. Now, at this point, I'm considering going to the left to go on the far side of the island and go after the Vladivostok. But I know that Ibuki's almost dead. And I'm going to be honest, I'm greedy. I'm on 4 kills. I want that Ibuki. Oh, here's a little trick. Sometimes based off where... And there we go.
Fire.
1 dead Ibuki, but this flooding and fire is going to kill me. There we go. That little trick that I did there at the end, if you hit your C key, it can change your perspective from the rear turret to the forward turret. And that let me check that, yes, my forward turret was open, so I could hit the Ibuki. That's how I was able to take that shot, even though the game was lying to me and saying I was behind the hill. So, yeah, 3rd game in the Georgia and my very first Kraken. You can't complain about that. We could watch the end of the rest of that match, but there's not really much of a point. It was, frankly, a pretty boring match where my team just cleaned up what little was left of the enemy. But let's take a look at the post-battle results screen. 92,940 damage is not really that impressive, but I did that with only 25 hits, 4 of which were citadels. Oh, this boat is silly. So, yep, there we go with the Kraken and the First Blood. And here's one of the nice things about the Georgia compared to the Tier 10 coal ships. The Georgia is a true premium, which means she makes serious money. 800,000 credits for that victory. And it wasn't even that good technically. Because right here, taking a look at the team score, that Buffalo actually broke the 2K XP mark, and I only had 1,959 base XP. But you know what? 5 kills. Taking a look at the details, yep, I ate all of that Chapayev, most of that Minotaur, a good chunk out of the Ibuki, and I cleaned up the Rune and the Buffalo. The Friedrich de Grossa, I actually managed to do almost 12,000 damage to. And you can see the overpins on the Summers still did 4,000 damage. Cash-wise, even running not as many economic flags as I do now on this boat, I still made a cool 750,000 credits off of this game. So that's my opening salvo for the USS Georgia. A ridiculously fun ship that I am so happy that I have now. I'm definitely looking forward to improving the captain on this boat and getting him up high enough so that I can start to unlock some of the more fun aspects of the ship. Really emphasize some of the more fun aspects of the ship by starting up a bit of a secondary build, just so that I can take this boat and just drive it right into the enemy. This has been Bogadir. I'll catch you next time.